Stitch bad.
Sometimes family isn't perfect. That doesn't mean they aren't good.
Bad.
That's close. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
Mention Cobra Bubbles. We have a blue dog to catch.
No, where?
Welcome back to the Nerdy Grail, and in today's video I am going to be unboxing not one, not two, but 3 different versions of the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie that came out earlier this year in 2025. Now, I have done a review on the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, so I'll put a link in the description of this video for you to go and check that out if you wish. And I also did, a little while ago, do an unboxing of the Lilo and Stitch live-action movie vinyl soundtrack, which I will also put a link in the description for that video as well. So if you want to check out my unboxing of this vinyl soundtrack, then you're more than welcome to do so. But like I said, in today's video, I am going to be unboxing 3 different versions of Lilo and Stitch. I'll be unboxing the regular Blu-ray edition, the 4K edition, and also the 4K Steelbook edition. Now, I didn't mind the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie. It wasn't anything amazing. I was a little annoyed at some of the creative changes they made, especially what they did with Jumba. But it wasn't the worst movie ever. However, I did do a video where I did my top 5 worst and best movies of 2025 so far. It did make it into the top 5 worst section, but that was more due to disappointment as opposed to it just being a bad movie. Because there was lots of good things that I loved about this movie, especially Stitch. I thought Stitch was done fantastically, but there was some creative choices here in this movie that I wasn't huge on, mainly to do with the characters of both Nani and Jumba. But I'm getting ahead of myself anyway. If you want to hear my full thoughts, check out my review on Lilo and Stitch. But for now, let's jump straight into this unboxing because I do have a few parcels here from HMV. So we will start this unboxing, I think, with what we're all here for, and that is the 4K Steelbook. Then, so without any further ado, let's unbox the 4K Steelbook for the live-action Lilo and Stitch. So, open up the parcel. Is it inside? There it is. So if I just put the box to one side, have a little quick inspection of this Steelbook, which does look rather nice, I must admit. Yeah. So this is the Lilo and Stitch live action Steelbook. You get both the Blu-ray and the 4K disc with this Steelbook, which is really nice because there was a time where they were potentially going to start just separating the 4Ks and the Blu-ray, so I'm glad we are still getting both editions. I did order this from HMV, so there is the front, which actually has a similar artwork to the front of the vinyl, actually, with Stitch bursting his way from the background, almost like a breaking the fourth wall shot. Then there is the spine, which says Disney's Lilo and Stitch. I do like the red text on the white background. And then there is the back of the Steelbook, which says fun for all the family. And then just gives you a little bit of a list of some of the bonus features that's on this. So they've got Ohana means family, making Lilo and Stitch. Learn how an animated classic becomes a live-action favourite. Drawn to life, check out scenes from the animated film alongside the live-action counterparts. Scenes with Stitch, sit with Stitch as he talks about his favourite scenes. And it's also got deleted scenes and bloopers. So I'll actually be quite interested to see what the deleted scenes and the bloopers are for this particular Steelbook. So let's take the cellophane wrap off and see what the Steelbook looks like inside. And fingers crossed, mine arrives undamaged. Okay, so let me just take the J-card off. Here we are. Have a quick look at the J-card. There it is. Just Stitch. And then the 4K and Blu-ray. The top of the J card says Disney's Lilo and Stitch. Side, and then again there is the back. I do love that artwork of Lilo and Stitch sat there. I love that with the torches going, sitting on the hammock. Does look really, really nice. There we go. So let's just quickly scan over the Steelbook, and I believe, yes, I've got a mint Steelbook. So there is the Steelbook, Disney's Lilo and Stitch, which has a really nice shine to it. I like that. I love that Stitch is practically eating the and symbol there, which is really nice. Then there is another look at the spine, which says Disney's Lilo and Stitch. And then there is the back, which has that image again, like you see on the back of the J card, of Lilo and Stitch sitting on the hammock. I wish they maybe could have actually included the hammock on there with the torches in the background. I don't know, it just feels a bit odd them just sat there. But now that I look at the whole background, it does look like a big crumpled piece of paper. So if I open up the Steelbook completely, there's the full wraparound of the artwork, which is really nice. It does look like a big crumpled piece of paper. But yeah, I do like that artwork. It is pretty nice. And then inside we have got two different discs. There we go. So there is the full inside. You've got a nice picture of Stitch there, and I believe Lilo is hidden away behind the disc, so we'll have a look now. And then we've got two discs, both with some really nice disc artwork, I must admit. Quite nice disc artwork on both of these. So if I take it out, first we've got the Blu-ray disc, which is Stitch almost in a shattered version of the disc, because it's got all the cracks there. It looks like he's tried to break out of the disc, which is really nice. And then we have got the 4K disc, which is also really nice. It's Nani and Lilo and Stitch all sat on the beach. Really, really nice. I don't really know why they've got this bit of foliage and all by here. They could have just had the sand there. But overall, I quite like that. So really nice artwork on both the Blu-ray and the 4K discs. That's nice for a change, especially with Disney, because you never know with Disney whether you're going to get plain discs or artwork on them. And then here's a proper look then of the internal artwork. Like I said, it is Lilo and Stitch staring into each other's eyes. Really nice. So yeah, actually, I quite like this Steelbook. I think it is pretty good. Pretty good. So one last look at the full art wraparound of the artwork. And then if I just pop it back into the J card. There we go. That is the 4K Steelbook for Lilo and Stitch. But I did also get another two versions of Lilo and Stitch. So I think we will break up the 4K editions now and we will take a look at the regular Blu-ray edition. Okay then, so I have opened up my second box here, and inside we have got a few more versions of Lilo and Stitch, as you can see there. So I said we'll break it up, break up the 4K, and we'll have a little look at the regular Blu-ray edition first. So there is the regular Blu-ray edition for Lilo and Stitch. Just that picture of Lilo hugging Stitch, who really, he doesn't look like he really wants to be there. He almost looks like he's trying to get the flower on Lilo's hair. I never really understood why they did this cut-off at the top, why you didn't have the full shot of Lilo, but I suppose it's so you can focus on Stitch completely. But I quite like this artwork. It is quite nice with the white background. But yeah, you could have maybe had like maybe a beach shot or something, I suppose, to mix it up, but it does make them pop a bit. Then there is the spine, which has a nice picture of Stitch towards the bottom, with the red text on the white background again. And then some nice new artwork on the back of the Blu-ray again. Fun for all the family, with Lilo and Stitch doing a bit of a hula dance there. And then you got some shots from the movie down there, with all the same bonus features that was featured on the Steelbook. Comes in a nice little slipcover. So if I put the slipcover to one side, there is the normal Blu-ray, which is the same artwork on the spine. However, the only difference with the spine this time is on both sides you've got Stitch at the bottom, but then you've also got Lilo at the top, which if I quickly show you the slipcover, you've got Stitch on the one side, but if you flip it, you've got Lilo on the other. So you can choose really how you want it to be. Do you want Stitch or do you want Lilo? So that's quite a nice little addition. So if I just open up the Blu-ray so we can have a little look, and see if this one still carries over the really nice disc artwork from the Steelbook edition. I'm hoping so. And also be nice to know if this is an eco case or not. So put the cellophane to one side, open up the Blu-ray. No, good, not a full eco case. And we do get the nice Blu-ray artwork from the Steelbook. So there we are. If you're getting the normal Blu-ray edition, you will get the nice artwork on the disc. And then there's the full wraparound of the Blu-ray artwork. Really nice. So that is the Blu-ray, the regular Blu-ray edition, and the limited edition 4K Steelbook for Lilo and Stitch. But we are not done, because I do have a third and final edition of the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie to unbox and describe to you in this video. So now we're going to shoot back over to 4K, and we're going to have a look at the regular 4K edition for Lilo and Stitch. So like I said, we do have one more edition of Lilo and Stitch left to unbox, and that is the regular 4K edition. So if I throw the box to one side, we then have the regular 4K edition for the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, where you've almost got like a combination of the Blu-ray artwork with the white background and just like an image of Stitch, but also the Steelbook artwork where he is eating the and symbol in the middle. You've got the 4K and the Blu-ray banner at the top, which they've blended in with the white of the slipcover. Then there is the spine of the slipcover, 4K Ultra HD, Disney Lilo and Stitch with Stitch on that side. And if you flip it to the other side, you've got the same thing, but with Lilo. So again, you can choose how you want the 4K to be on your shelf, which I think is really nice. And then there is the back, which has that lovely imagery of Lilo and Stitch sat on the hammock watching the sunset together. Really nice. So if I take the slipcover away, you have the same artwork then on the normal Amaray, where both Lilo and Stitch are on the spine, and the same artwork on the back. So now if I take the cellophane off, we'll have a look at the 4K. And I'm imagining now, after opening the regular Blu-ray and the Steelbook, that what we'll get in terms of artwork is we should get that lovely Blu-ray artwork, but also the 4K artwork. And I am correct. Inside, you get the lovely disc artwork from the Blu-ray, and then that lovely 4K Steelbook artwork of Nani, Lilo, and Stitch all on the beach together, which is really, really nice. And then there's a full wraparound of the 4K artwork. So that is the 4K, regular 4K edition of Lilo and Stitch. Now, I would also like to mention that there is another edition of the live-action Lilo and Stitch that you can get on 4K or regular Blu-ray, and it will come looking something like this. Now, this is the 2-film 4K or regular Blu-ray collection set, where you can get the live-action Lilo and Stitch on 4K, but you can also get the classic animated version of Lilo and Stitch, also on 4K for the very first time. Now, I didn't pick up that edition because I thought, well, I'm already getting this version on 4K, and I've got the original version on my Disney Classics box set, so I didn't pick that version up, but I will obviously put a picture on the screen to show you what it will look like. But that is going to be my unboxing of all the different versions of the live-action Lilo and Stitch. The regular Blu-ray edition, the regular 4K edition, but most importantly, the 4K Steelbook edition of Lilo and Stitch. Now, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please like it by giving it a thumbs up and let me know what version of Lilo and Stitch did you pick up. Did you get the Steelbook? Did you get the regular Blu-ray? Did you get the 4K? Did you get multiple copies? Or did you get that 2-film 4K or Blu-ray variant collection? Or did you just get the DVD? And subscribe if you are new. But for now, this is the Nerdy Grail signing off. I hope you've had an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.